What if your body was desperately trying to warn you that something was wrong, but you ignored the signs? A tingly hand, a raspy voice, a strange bump that wasn't there yesterday. Most of us shrug these things off, but what if they were early warnings of something life-threatening? Today, we're diving into 10 shocking ways your body sends out SOS signals, sometimes one. When the foods you love turn against you. It begins with something small. You reach for the comforting smell of your morning coffee, the rich, earthy aroma that usually welcomes your senses with warmth and focus. But today, it hits you like a punch in the face. Sour, metallic, like a porta potty on a hot day. You blink, sniff again. Nothing changes. You bring the cup to your lips, hoping it's just a fluke. But the taste is even worse. Bitter, burnt, foul. The drink you once adored now feels like poison. This is not imagination. This is parosmia, a bizarre and deeply unsettling condition where your brain scrambles your sense of smell. And because flavor is mostly smell, your entire perception of food becomes a living nightmare. Chocolate can taste like sewage, bacon like burned rubber, chicken like rotting flesh. Thousands of people first experienced this after recovering from COVID-19. But parosmia isn't limited to viruses. It can also be triggered by head trauma, sinus infections, or even certain medications. Essentially, when the fragile olfactory nerves in your nose are damaged and they begin to regrow, the connections can get miswired. Like a phone network rerouted to the wrong numbers, signals from your nose go to the wrong brain centers. It's not just a culinary inconvenience, it's a threat. Imagine being unable to smell gas in your home, failing to notice spoiled milk, burning toast, or smoke from a fire. People with parosmia often experience anxiety, depression, and weight loss. Not because they're dieting, but because eating becomes psychologically tormenting. Food, one of life's most basic pleasures, becomes a source of dread. What makes parosmia especially cruel is that it hides in plain sight. It doesn't cause pain, it doesn't raise your temperature, but it quietly erodes your quality of life, meal after meal. The next time your sense of smell turns on you, don't just tough it out. Your body might be whispering or screaming that something deeper is broken. 2. Your fingertips are telling you something? Look closer. Most people rarely look at their fingertips, unless they've got a splinter, a paper cut, or chipped nail polish. But what if your fingers were silently sounding the alarm? Take a good look at them now. Do the tips seem puffier than usual? Do the nails curve downward, almost like upside-down spoons? Do they look a little off? This strange appearance has a name: digital clubbing, or more commonly, finger clubbing. And while it may look like a minor cosmetic oddity, it can be a profound warning sign from within. At first glance, finger clubbing feels almost benign. The nails seem fuller, the tips more rounded, almost soft to the touch. But beneath the surface, your body is waging war. What you're seeing is the visible result of low oxygen levels in your bloodstream, a sign that something fundamental isn't working the way it should. Normally, your fingertips are among the last places your blood reaches, so they're incredibly sensitive to circulation issues. When your body senses a chronic shortage of oxygen, it responds by growing extra soft tissue and blood vessels in those areas, hoping to compensate. But this overcompensation leads to swelling and reshaping. So what causes the oxygen shortage? In about 80% of cases, finger clubbing is associated with chronic lung diseases, such as lung cancer, pulmonary fibrosis, or bronchiectasis. In other instances, it may point to serious heart conditions, liver cirrhosis, or even inflammatory bowel disease. To check yourself, try the Shamroth test. Place the backs of your index fingers together, nail to nail. Normally, there should be a small diamond-shaped window of light visible between your cuticles. If that gap disappears, your nails might be clubbed. What's chilling is that finger clubbing doesn't hurt. It doesn't itch. It doesn't interrupt your day. But it quietly whispers a terrifying truth. Something inside you is running out of breath. It's easy to dismiss changes to our outer appearance as minor, but sometimes the body turns the surface into a billboard, warning of an invisible internal emergency. Don't ignore it. 3. A gray ring in your eyes? Your cholesterol's talking. Ever seen a light gray ring around someone's iris? That's corneal arcus, and if you're under 50, it's a huge red flag. It's fat in your eyes. Literally, cholesterol deposits building up around the cornea because your bloodstream has too much. Over 80% of people over 80 have it, But if you're young, it could mean dangerously high cholesterol and a higher risk of heart disease or stroke. 4. Pain in the wrong place? Your organs might be crying for help. Have you ever had pain in your left arm and thought you pulled a muscle only to learn it was a heart attack? This is referred pain. Your body's GPS is glitched. The nerves from your internal organs are wired through the same channels as your skin and muscles. When your brain receives distress signals, it misplaces the source. Left shoulder pain could be your spleen. Right shoulder pain, liver or gallbladder. Back pain, kidneys. Don't ignore weird, unexplained aches, especially when they're persistent. Number 5, your mole disappeared? That's not a good thing. We all have moles. But what happens when one vanishes? You might think, oh, neat, it's gone, but it could be your immune system battling skin cancer. In some cases, your body mistakenly attacks a harmless mole called a halo nevus, forming a white ring. But sometimes it's fighting melanoma, an aggressive cancer. Use the ABCDE rule. A, asymmetry. B, border irregularity. C, color inconsistency. D, diameter over 6 millimeter. E, evolving shape or size. A, disappearing mole. That's evolution in real time. Get it checked. 6. Waking up soaked? It's not just a bad dream. You wake up drenched in sweat. Clothes, sheets, everything. No fever. Room's cool. What gives? That's night sweats, and while they can be caused by stress or medication, they can also signal deeper issues: infection, hormone imbalance, or even cancer. If it happens often and comes with weight loss or fatigue, don't ignore it. Your body might be trying to flush out something it can't fight alone. 7. A tiny yellow bump with a massive message. Notice a yellowish lump on your eyelid, elbow, or knees? That's not a skin issue. It's called xanthelasma, a deposit of cholesterol beneath your skin. They don't hurt, but they're your body's way of saying your blood is full of fat. It's like your arteries are backed up pipes and the overflow is spilling into your skin. Get your cholesterol tested. These bumps are often early signs of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or pancreatic issues. 8. A raspy voice that won't quit. A scratchy voice after yelling at a concert is normal. But what if it lingers for weeks? If your voice sounds like you gargled gravel for 14 days or more, it could be more than a sore throat. Chronic laryngitis, polyps, acid reflux, or even laryngeal cancer can be to blame. The rule: if a hoarse voice lasts longer than 2 weeks, get it scoped. Your vocal cords could be showing early signs of something serious. 9. Limb tingling that doesn't go away. We've all had an arm or leg fall asleep. It's annoying, but harmless. Until it isn't. If that pins and needles feeling sticks around for weeks, something's wrong. This could be nerve compression, like carpal tunnel, B12 deficiency, diabetes, or even multiple sclerosis. Your nerves are like wires. Damaged insulation means bad signals. A sleeping limb that never wakes up could be a permanent nerve injury in progress. 10. When food tastes rotten and it's not the food. Let's revisit the most terrifying sensory betrayal: when the food you love smells like poison. Parosmia doesn't just ruin dinner, it can ruin your life. It messes with your emotional health, nutrition, and even safety. This condition shows how interconnected your senses are with your brain. Damage one nerve, and your reality changes. It's a reminder to listen when your body screams, even if it's just whispering through the scent of your morning coffee. Here's the truth: your body is talking to you, constantly. Whispering, sometimes yelling. But we've been taught to tune out the noise, to tough it out, to wait until something really breaks. That's backwards. What if we treated early warnings with urgency? Not fear, but awareness. Your body is the only vehicle you'll drive for your entire life. Don't wait until the engine light is flashing and smoke is coming out of the hood to check what's wrong.